Welcome back to At Home in Billings. My name is Mark, and I'm here with Jamie Lee Rindahl with eXp Realty. Jamie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. So tell me what brokerage you're with.
I am with eXp LLC here in the Billings area.
Oh, amazing.
Yes.
So kind of tell me a little bit about yourself. What's your hobbies?
Oh, plants, fish, dogs, pets, animals. My daughter when she visits me.
Yeah.
So I'm a fresh, empty nester.
Yeah. Sounds like a very homey, earthy kind of vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like
That's
gardening during the spring, and then during the wintertime, I have my whole house is a forest. So
I know what you
yeah.
mean. I want to get there, but the wife
will.
says no.
You can just
Yeah.
add a plant in every once in a while, and they won't notice. I promise.
So let's kind of delve into your gardening a little bit.
Okay.
So what did you plant last year?
I have hydrangeas in the back.
Those
I
are so
did plant some snapdragons, some additional mint. I have roses and then wildflowers out front. I have a few bulbs, so that's on the outside.
Very pretty. Any vegetables?
I grew up with gardening. I probably should. I do tomatoes. I do stuff that can go up on my porch because I also have a porch and I do sunflowers up there. But
Oh, I see.
I have done some vegetables. I need to. Sunflowers, but that's not a vegetable.
I mean, it's a something. Lots of flowers, I'm hearing. That's very cool.
Yeah.
So let's talk about how long you've been with your brokerage, eXp.
Okay. So I started with eXp January, technically 2nd, but January 1st, of 2020. And now we're in January of 26.
Yeah.
So
So
6
quite
years.
a while.
Yeah.
And what makes it different from the other brokerages?
We're more of a platform for agents. We have a supervising broker that brokers our whole state of Montana. She supervises, I think we're close to about 300 people, but she supervises all of us. She has a broker team, so our broker team spread out throughout the state so that we have that hands-on experience with our supervising broker. So now eXp is just, we don't have the brick and mortar that some of the other agencies have. And so we're able to work from home. We can still meet our clients out in the field, either at coffee shops, at their home, wherever they're comfortable at. So,
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very neat. No brick and mortar. That is pretty cool. So let's kind of talk about how did you get into this line of work? Yeah.
So let's go back. My mom was an ERA agent in Denver, Colorado. My stepdad, he started off in construction. He became a building official. We moved to Missoula from Colorado. And then the spot opened up for my stepdad here to be the boss of all the city inspectors, plans examiners, and zoning. I didn't really want to get into real estate in my early 20s because my parents already were already there, and I
Right.
wanted to do something different. So I was able to get into marketing and advertising while we still had phone books. I'm
Yeah.
that old. I don't know. I felt like I was making money for everybody else out there. And I needed to find something that I could do and that it would have retirement. And I did have an agent that I had worked with back in 2005 on his marketing and advertising, and he asked me to come sell real estate back then. And I kind of wish I would have because I feel like I kind of missed the boat on some of that. But he kept asking. He left his company there, went and started another company. He asked me again. I turned him down. And he finally got me when he showed me eXp and how it worked. It was like a no-brainer. Just
Everything
with my
clicked.
experiences, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it was cost-effective, and it allowed me to use my skills to be able to best suit my clients and their needs. So I chose eXp.
With a
for that
marketing
reason.
background, it just makes sense, right?
Yeah. I mean, we have some of the best marketing and advertising out there, and we only have to pay a tech fee of $85 a month to be with eXp.
Yeah.
So it was a no-brainer, like you said, and cost-effective.
Yeah. What do you enjoy most about being a realtor? You've done it for a while now, right? So what made you stay in the field?
I like working with new agents, so I do like bringing them on, teaching them how contracts work, just all the procedures, next steps. I also love working with first-time buyers, VA, second, third homes, vacation homes. I love working with sellers. It's just having that relationship and that connection with people, I think, because this industry is a very, very relationship-focused industry.
Definitely. Yeah. Especially in Billings, right?
Yeah, we're 6 degrees of everyone here.
Yeah. Well, let's kind of delve back a little bit back in 2025. How was the real estate industry back then?
We're definitely in a shifting market. I mean, I came in during 2020. That's when COVID was hitting. I think we had our shutdown in March. Is that right?
Yeah.
I think people were scared. It was already, the industry was already changing. So we had our spike of everybody wanting to buy, sell. Everything was happening. It was crazy. It was insane. And I think last year, even the year before that, we were going through a correction of the market, especially in Billings. We'd gone up 58%. A home that cost $175 now then costs $325. Yeah. So I think it's backed off a little bit. We're home prices are still moving, but it's not like what we saw. So I think we will get back to that stability, but right now I think we're in this market of it balancing itself out.
Got it. Sounds like it's just going through a small change right now, but it's not as drastic, right?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. What do you think? Do you think prices will go down, or do you think they're going to balance out?
Like I told people last year, and I may still run into this year, I think a lot of sellers think it's still 2020 and a lot of buyers think it's 2008. I think finding sellers and buyers that can meet in the middle, I think that's the important part. So I don't really see home prices coming down. I don't see them going back up anytime soon unless we, drop interest rates drastically.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about interest rates, they are where they should be at for a 30-year average. So,
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's
they're not high. Home prices are high. Interest rates are average. So I think once people accept that home prices are where they're at and the rest of the economy catches up with that, I think we'll see a lot more stabilization in the market and the economy. So it's just trying to find that balance.
So we're kind of seeing like 2026, we're going to be balancing out, right? I mean, fingers crossed. That's kind of the goal, isn't it?
I mean, if interest rates truly come down like they're projecting this year, which it may, I mean, inflation's coming down. Maybe not so much on our groceries, but in other areas of our economy. I think the affordability might get a little bit better out there for that first-time buyer that is looking. I'm finding that lenders are finding programs that work a little bit better for the buyers that are out there so that they can obtain their dream of having a home that's not a rental. So,
Yeah.
I mean, even the rents, that's another thing that people don't think of. When you're out there spending $2,000 a month on rent for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, you're not able to save that money to go buy. So, and Billings is notorious for the rentals. We have a lot of them here.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know if these stats are still correct, but it used to be 60% of the population was renting and 40% were homeowners or landlords. So that's pretty skewed. So. Wow. And it may be different now. That was from a couple years ago. So.
Right. Well, I know with a lot of development that they've been doing, there's a lot more rentals out there. I mean, apartment buildings, the complexes they're building everywhere.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with renting. I mean, there are people that they don't want to change out that hot water heater, or they don't want to have to purchase that furnace, or they may not want to live there for 5 to 10 years. They may just want to be there for a year or two and move on to their next place. So, I mean, there's bonuses for renting, But if you are wanting to purchase, we need to come up with a plan for you, especially if your rents are high. How are we going to come up with that down payment? How are we going to pay your fees to your realtor, to your lender, that type of thing.
So what does, say like I have a family member, or say just any new person who's new to the home buying industry, right? What should be their first steps to get into a house?
I would at least look at your financials. Everybody has wants, but what are your needs? What do you actually need to have in your first home versus what do you want in your first home? Your ideal home might be $450,000, but you can only afford $250,000. So,
Yeah.
are you okay with a starter home staying there for a market cycle? Pulling your equity out and stepping up to your next house.
Right.
And when you're younger, it's a little bit easier to do that. But when you're older and you go out to find your first time buyer home, you may not be getting that $450,000 house because of that payment. So
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay, so at what point would you recommend someone to leave a rental?
Depends on, again, what their needs are. If they are able to save up the money, knowing the cost that goes into purchasing their home, it's not just the lenders, it's not just the realtors, you also have other vendors such as inspections, roofers, siding, you may have to do something with your foundation, carpet, mechanicals such as your furnace, is that going out? Is it good? Home ownership is very expensive.
Yeah.
So, and then your insurance on top of that, and taxes are all over the place right now, especially locally. And things are constantly changing out there. So being able to know, if I buy this house, I could go out and spend $5,000 on a new furnace, or if it doesn't have air conditioning, getting rid of that wall unit or that split and buying a whole unit to go outside, to hook up to your furnace. There's a lot of hidden costs that people don't understand. You get a hailstorm now, you have an insurance claim, and how much of that claim is insurance actually going to cover? You could have a $15,000 damage to your roof, and your insurance is only going to give you $750,000 or $7,500 of it. So now you're going to have to come up with the rest of it.
Yeah.
So
it does get pricey.
it does.
Yeah.
It can.
Oh my goodness.
But that's another thing, is knowing that you have vendors. Agents should have those vendors on speed dial in their cell phone.
Yeah.
That way they can give those referrals to their clients.
That makes sense. Yeah. So let's say roughly 20%, right? Should someone save 20% of a house to be able to buy the house, or should they just, how much money should they have in their wallet?
Well, lenders usually charge about 3.5 points, which is about 3.5% of the loan amount. So if it's $280,000, there's at least 3.5% plus your down payment, which could be up to 20%. Or even as low as 3.5%. And it depends on the loan itself. Are you going VA, FHA, rural development? Right. There's so many different packages out there. There's also Section 8 that you can go through where you don't have to do any down payment. They give you assistance. Some of those programs out there, they'll give you a secondary loan, and you will have to pay that back when you go sell your house. So, yeah, there's a lot of different packages, a lot of different solutions out there.
Sounds like a lot of avenues that can just help you with whatever you need, right?
Yeah, it's not one size fits all, so
right.
That's for sure.
So I know you love working with first-time homeowners. If you were to say anything to them right now, what would you say?
If I were to say anything? That's going to be a good question.
Yeah.
I would ask them what their needs are, what they're looking for in an agent. How experienced are they? There's a lot of people in your demographic versus my demographic that does go online, and they do a lot more research because all that data is right there for them to be able to do that.
Right.
I like the first-time buyer to be able to ask me those questions so that I can gear where their needs may be.
Right.
So I would rather have them interview me so that I can gauge and come up with the next step or a plan for them so that they can obtain what they want. So
Makes sense.
it's easier for me to have you talk. So tell me what you want.
Yeah. Okay. So, Jamie, what is it that you really enjoy about being in the Billings community?
I don't want anybody to hate me for saying this, but when I first moved here in 7th grade, I hated Billings.
You heard it first.
Yes, everybody heard it first. But, however, therefore, I absolutely love the community here.
Mm-hmm.
As I got older and more mature, I did try to leave. I moved away when I was 18. I moved back here when I was about 22. I learned really quick that it's not where I'm at, geography, where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
It's the community that's around me. I love the people here. I have built up a great circle of people that I associate with here in town. And it took me a long time to get there, but once I realized that this is my community, I am part of it, that's the part I love about Billings the most.
Yeah.
We are definitely a strong community here. So
We
I
definitely
like
take
that.
care of each other.
And having that big town, small town feel to us, we do have big town stuff, but we also have small town people that, we can communicate to each other. And it doesn't have to be just on social media.
Yeah.
We have a lot of places that we do meetups, networking groups, that type of stuff. But yeah, I love the people. And I'm only 45 minutes from the mountains. So that was the part I hated about Billings. It was just flat. And during the summertime, it was just hot. I love snow. I love mountains.
Uh-huh.
For a lot of people that follow me on social media, they know I love the weather. So, and we have such a unique climate here that I like Billings. So
Yeah.
it had to grow on me.
Yeah. That's good. I know no weather at all recently for all of winter, but
Well, La Nina should be on its way out, so we may get hit this summer, so we'll see. It might just be a rainy summer, knock on wood.
boy. Yeah. Well, Jamie, tell us about how our listeners can get a hold of you.
They can actually reach out to my cell phone number, which is the Heights zip code, which was totally an accident. So they can call my cell at 406-591-0500. So literally 591-0500. They can go to my website, jamierindahl.exprealty.com. I also have a boutique website, River's Edge Realty.
Oh.
Yep, and they can email me. I'm all over the socials, especially Facebook, Instagram. I do have a Snapchat. I'm not always on all my socials. It's usually just Facebook and Instagram. But
Yeah.
I don't want to go out and spray and pray with all the different socials out there, so I try to stick with where I'm at and where people know how to find me.
And it works, yeah. Might as well just stick with a couple instead of spreading it out everywhere, more focused, right? Yeah. So is there anything else you would like to let our listeners know?
Well, I think 2026 is going to be a great year. With the lack of winter, I have noticed this trend this year that we have been pretty busy. I mean, we still have a little over 800 just single-family residents on the market right now, just in the Billings area. Lots of multifamilies out there, farm and ranch, whatever. I do cover a lot, but I do like to primarily stick with residential. But I have done farm and ranch. I have done land all the way down to Red Lodge, all the way out to Glendive. I'll go as far as Columbus. Oh. So.
Nice. Yeah, sounds like a pretty large area, right?
Yeah, I try to stick within all the counties around Yellowstone County, but I'll travel 2-3 hours to get absolutely if you need somebody. I've closed one last year. I'm going to screw this up. I closed all the way up in Ronan. Is that right? Is that how you pronounce that?
I think so, yeah.
I used to live in Missoula too, so it's up there.
Yeah, it's quite a ways away.
I mean, I'm able to sell or help a buyer or seller in the whole state of Montana. but I do know my market here in Billings and surrounding areas. So,
Yeah.
I mean, whatever I can do for you, I specialize in marketing and advertising because that was my job, my life, my whole thing before I got into real estate.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a whole pocket of vendors that I've kept relationships with since I used to sell phone book advertising. So keeping those relationships all these years has really helped me in real estate.
So if you want a realtor who has a background in marketing and advertising, she's the one you want.
And connections.
And
networking.
connections
I'm
and
a
networking.
walking phone book is what I've been told.
She knows everyone. So sell your house with her. Awesome.
Or buy your house.
Or buy a
I do
house,
love
yeah.
buyers. People say that you should always have listings, and they're great, especially for marketing and branding. But, buyers are just as important in this market as anybody else. And I think it's equally as important to have buyers and sellers. So
Awesome.